So hello and welcome to Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where we might as well see if we can get stuff running. Case in point, these two carbs here. We've got a Zenith 30 VM and a 30 VI. Yeah, so these are actually the last two carbs that we're gonna do on the kind of Zenith Rebuild-a-thon that I'm doing at the moment. However, on this ones, because they are a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie, and also the fact that they may or may not be complete. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get them to run, but at least I might as well have a go at it. So I'll show you kind of a bit closer what we're working with, and let's start getting the disassembly process out of the way, because we got lots of work to do. 30 VI, so you can see it here, and obviously it's got optional all sorts of critters nests in here, so I might have to just put that kind of vacuum cleaner and take all that kind of stuff out. I mean, it's a curve that, well, this thing might be like totally gone. Obviously it needs a bit of work around here on the spindle, but apart from that, I know, yeah, this one's, apart from that, it's sort of okay-ish. Obviously we need to see if we can get the shaft is like really not spinning at the moment. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. This one is the you can see it here, 30 VM number 4, and this one is slightly better because I think this one, the shaft does spin. Yeah, it does. There we go. Yep, it does spin, so that's good. Obviously there might be a little bit of an issue here. I need to see whether it leaks from here or not. I don't know. We'll find that out soon enough. But this one is actually doesn't seem too bad. Famous last words, obviously, with all of these units, but it seems okay, this one. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna try and see what sort of bits do I rescue or not from here, and how do I progress with this build going forward. Okay, so as you can see, I've done an initial disassembly here of however much I could, and we're not looking good, really. Look at this. Hopefully you can see on camera like that. Now this is pretty bad. And obviously I don't know if you've seen it through the time lapse, that it was like full of junk in here. It's still full of junk, and I don't know, kind of insects nests or whatever, rats nests, whatever. I mean, this unit unfortunately is quite seized, and it's about a bit too far gone to bring it back around. The only thing that we're gonna try now to do is, now we're into, well, trying to see, can we rescue some parts, maybe get another carburetor to live again. I don't know if we'll be able to rescue the body. That might be the only part if we try and disassemble it very gingerly, and if we can take out the shaft, that might be something that might be able to kind of live again. But generally, look at this, when this is this far gone, it's gonna be an uphill battle. It isn't particularly better. Now look at the level of damage that we got there and there. and all around there. Look at this. So, and this was already damaged here, so I don't think, again, I'm gonna try and clean them up anyway to see if they come back around, but I don't think this unit is coming back around anytime soon. Obviously there is in here there is slightly more hopeful for the body of the carb. Why? Because I can take the shaft out, and apart from this little plate here that I can sort out with a little O-ring, this seems to be kind of okay. Again, so this body might be kind of a winner, but again, you can't rescue everything, and what I always try to do is I try and get as much parts as I can for other carbs, or to sell them on but just as purely parts lots kind of thing. Okay, so it's a fair few weeks later, I have to say, and I think we're gonna come to the conclusion of this projects for this last two carbs in this kind of Zenith rebuild marathon, and unfortunately these units are not gonna be builders if I'm being honest. And now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna show you kind of why and what is the sort of damage that these units can be subject to, so that you can look out for it when you're trying to buy your own carburetors or whatnot. So let me bring you closer with the camera. 30, the VM4. Yeah. So what this carb has, the body of the carb is actually in pretty decent shape. Although, if I put it around here, can you see there, and there? It's got like pitting in the aluminium, but the body itself is not too bad. If you look there, you can see that this body actually could be a builder. It will need a bit of repair here, a bit of skimming. And maybe the other thing that I would do, probably if it was me, I would put some O-rings around here, around the shaft. But actually, that is okay. Where this thing can be a little bit more problematic. Now, if we look here, I'm trying to put it in the camera so you can see it there and there. This fuel bowl has been quite corroded. The aluminium has become very corroded, and if you see here, somebody tried to kind of take this jets off, and by trying to force a screwdriver, what they've done, they've literally wedged the bronze into the aluminium, so these things ain't coming off like ever. However, funnily enough, I did kind of blast them through, and I think this actually, they might work. If you're looking for this jet and this jet, it might perfectly work. This one did come off, and obviously the metering block has been cleaned as well, but obviously it requires a gasket, and to be honest, I'm not going to put a gasket to this. This again, the bronze button that goes here, I mean this needs to be covered, probably with epoxy or something like that. But again, this unit, and look at here, if you can see it, and let's see if you can see it there. It's quite kind of eaten. So this unit, does have a little bit of damage, but it does, even in this condition, it does contain some spare parts, and it has been cleaned quite a bit. And obviously this is the choke assembly that goes up there, and this is a lever kind of for the choke. You've got also your idle mixture screw, which is there. Again, ideally we could use with a new one, but what's there is there. So this one was, I had actually some hopes for this one, but I don't think it's basically not for me. I'm going to sell it on, and maybe somebody else can benefit from the parts. The other one, now this one, funnily enough, if you look at the fuel bowl here, this actually turned out to be actually quite decent. This cleaned up really well. It does have a little bit of kind of corrosion from the aluminium, but actually it's not too bad. This carb obviously didn't come with an accelerator pump, so this is okay. There's nothing here, and these two jets are more or less okay. And this obviously will need a gasket, but it's now clean. And actually this fuel bowl came up, pretty decent. This is probably the best bit of this carb, the fuel bowl. You can see there. But in this one, what the problem is that the body is quite damaged. It's quite eaten. You can see it's there, and if you can see across there. Let me see with the camera if you can see it properly. You see there, it's eaten quite a bit, but I think it's just about savable, because the shaft still, the area around the shaft still seals pretty well. So I think this one, with a ton of love, kind of another parts, might be a builder. I mean, you might want to do a little bit of work on the shaft, although actually this shaft isn't too bad, look. But let's say other than that, and obviously it's going to need a new choke and whatnot. So other than that, and you've got the code there, C1475. So other than that, I think this one could be kind of a good source of parts, or kind of if you've got one that's very damaged and you don't want to spend a lot of time cleaning it, this could be a good unit to buy. So unfortunately I'm gonna leave them like this, because I'm just gonna try and sell them, because in reality it wouldn't necessarily be worth my time with the kind of price I can get for them. Okay, so this is going to bring us kind of to the end of the kind of Zenith marathon. I've got now kind of a ton of other projects to do. I'll show you very quickly what's in my in tray. So I've got this Holly that is nearly new. I'm just going to give it a very quick rebuild. I've got this Solix carb, which is actually in pretty good shape. I've got good hopes for that one. This Holly that has been that has kind of some fire damage, light fire damage though, so I think I'm going to bring it back around. And this, I love this. This is the real thing. It's a 40 DFVA, so this is a pretty valuable little carb. And then this other two, I'll just see what do I do with them. I may or may not kind of build them or do them for parts or whatever. So anyway, I want to say thank you very much for watching this episode. And if you got any questions, or if you want to inquire about kind of another carb, just please put it down in the comments. And if not, I'll see you in the next episode.